Hi. I was just reading my book that I wrote with Bishop Marcus Hill, One Last Try. It's like a 30-day devotional that helps you reclaim your marriage, family, and life. But it's also good for relationships too. But in this episode, we're going to talk about how you need to know yourself and why you need to know yourself. Stay tuned. Dating is hard, and dating as a minister is even harder. Through 2 broken marriages, plenty of heartache and pain, my life felt like a Southern soul song. And I promise you, it's hard trying to figure out how to love again. I cried so many tears, and I couldn't figure out who I was. I really lost who I was. But I fought through all the pain, and I decided to give it another try. So I had to transform myself just so I could date again. But you know what? I'm learning my purpose, and I'm learning to love myself again, and I'm seeking to love again. So here's my dating chronicles. Tell me why, babe, I lie like a Southern soul. Yeah, guys, so I'm a minister, but I'm going to be transparent with you. And it's going to be some things that you might be like, the minister said that? Yeah. So why do you need to know who you are? You need to know who you are just so you can succeed in life. First, you need to know all the skills and all the talents that you have. You need to know what will set you off with people, like what will make you want to go off on somebody. You need to know what will make you want to just choke a person. You need to know how you can deal with situations, and if you even want to deal with situations. You need to know if you're the type of person who wants to be around people, or if you don't want to be around people. I think I'm like that a lot of the times. Those are things you have to know just to make it in life. But to have a relationship, the things I've said are just the foundation. There are other things that you must know. I mean, think about it. If you're a person who doesn't like to be around a lot of people, and your mate likes to be around a lot of people, you're going to have issues. Trust me. My second marriage was like that. He loved being around everyone, and I didn't like a lot of people at my house. So we had issues. That was an issue. That was something I should have known before I started dating him. When you're dating people, you need to understand what you're expecting from a person, which means you need to know what to expect from yourself and what you're going to accept. One thing I found, and one thing I realized recently, which kind of hit me hard, and I mean it hit me hard to the point where I don't think I wanted to get out of bed, and I had to make myself get out of bed, was that I didn't know who I was. And being a Peterson, people think you know who you are. You're confident, you're a self-assured person, you're smart, you're intelligent, you can do anything, but people don't understand that you still might not know who you are. And that was me. And I think God had me to go through this last and final heartbreak. And I'm claiming it's the final heartbreak, because he needed me to know who I really was. I posted on Facebook that I didn't want to talk to anyone, that I needed to talk to God, because my heart was so broken that I didn't feel like I could talk to anyone but him. And sometimes you have to just talk to him, because talking to other people will cause you problems. But in the point of doing that, I realized that I didn't know who I was, because I was allowing so much stuff to happen to me and around me in my life. I mean, I was allowing people to just do whatever they wanted to do to me. I was allowing people to use me. I was allowing people to hide me, and I was allowing people to just throw me around like I was a throw pillow. But I learned that. And what really hit me was when I called someone and they were telling me about what was going on with their relationship. But as soon as their girlfriend walked in, they act like I was a homeboy on the phone. No. That what made me realize that I was allowing people in my life to hide me as if I wasn't important to them. But if you know that you're the person who's being there for everyone, if you know that you're the person that's doing whatever you can to level up people, you shouldn't be hidden. And that's one thing God doesn't do. He doesn't hide. I had to learn that I'm the queen, that I'm God's child. And if I'm asking God for something, I must believe and trust in him that he's going to give it to me. So in relationships, girls, young ladies, women, if he has to hide you, he doesn't need you. And men, same thing for you. If she has to hide you, she doesn't need you. And he or she doesn't deserve you. And I'm saying this because I realized that, yeah, the last relationship I was in, I was hidden. Only a few people knew we were together, and if I mentioned that we were, it was an issue and a problem, because I guess I wasn't worth being seen to them, maybe. But now I know that I am. And the issues in any relationship stems from you not knowing who you are. Because when you don't know who you are, you allow a lot of wrong stuff to happen in your life. Stuff that you know that you're not happy with. And you'll do things that you know that you're not happy with, just so you can satisfy that other person. See, I think we as people feel like we must satisfy people all the time in order to be in their lives. But see, that's not true. In order for them to be in your life, they must satisfy you as well. Which means if they're doing things around you that you're not happy with, either you tell them and you deal with it, or you tell them and you leave them alone. But you don't have to deal with things just because you want someone in your life. That's destroying who you are. That's destroying your morals. That's destroying what you want. And eventually it's going to degrade who you are. Yeah, ladies, it's okay to be the woman that's gonna take care of home financially and physically and mentally and sexually. But if he's telling you to do something that you feel is degrading you, you don't have to do that. And I think society has people feeling, and especially women feeling, that we must accept what a man gives to us. No. Society have us feeling that we must do what a man tells us to do. No. Society has this feeling that we must follow the bandwagon, that we have to take these pictures and we have to be all makeup and eyelashes and nails done and all this 24/7 in order to keep a man. No, that's not true. Understand, ladies, if he can't love you without the makeup, the eyelashes, if he can't love you because you're a thick woman or because you love to eat, if he can't love your habits, if he can't love the fact that you don't want to deal with some of his friends, or if he can't love the fact that you're a person, a good woman, any of that stuff, then he's not worth your time. Men, if you got a female that you got to constantly buy things for, do things for, they're not worth your time. So you have to know your boundaries. You have to know what you want, and you have to stick to those things. Now, me not knowing who I was meant to me that I didn't understand the issues that I went through. the things that happened to me that a lot of you don't know about, and a lot of you would never know about. But when you have issues that you've gone through, or things that happened to you growing up, or things that happened to you as an adult, you get PTSD. And you don't think about it, but it's in your mind and it stays in your heart. So when you try to go from one relationship to the next relationship, you're carrying that baggage. Even though you might have forgiven that person in the past, even though you've let it go, it's still baggage inside of you. And one thing you have to understand, that it is okay to seek professional help, because I had to. I was carrying around so much baggage from my youth all the way up until my adulthood that I thought I was strong enough to deal with. But then when I got the perfect man, okay, well, I'm sorry, you're not the perfect man. I know he's watching. You get on my nerves. So I'm sorry, you're not the perfect man. But when I met the man who was better than all the men I've dated, I couldn't trust him because of all the baggage and all the issues that I had gone through. And that mistrust caused me to do things that I shouldn't have done. Lying, being deceitful, being manipulative, doing things that I shouldn't have done because I was still hurting from my past. So because I didn't know who I was and what I went through was damaging me, it caused me to damage someone else. And when you lose that trust, it's hard to stay in a relationship. So I'm having to deal with that issue now. I'm getting help. I'm praying through it. I'm going through it. And I'm learning who I am again. I'm learning that I'm the woman that God created. I'm the woman that He created to do the things He taught me to do. I'm the woman who can just touch things and learn it. I'm the woman who can fix things and fix cars and sew and can do things on the computer, can sing, can act, can do so many things. I'm that woman. I'm the woman that God poured all of His love into, and His grace and mercy and all of this cuteness into. I'm the woman that even though I feel like I might be too thick, I'm still beautiful. I'm that woman. I'm the woman that I know that God has so much greatness for, that I shouldn't allow less, and I'm not going to take less in my life. But you have to get to that point. And I think God put me through what I just went through in order to get to that point. Because I'm asking God for this particular man in my life, and I'm asking for Him to touch this man in my life and to make him to be the man that He needs him to be, to accept his purpose, to accept who God wants him to be, and to step into His greatness that God has showed me who He is. But if I want this great man, this greatness, this man with this purpose, I also have to be that woman. So God still had to allow me to be broken in order to see that I still had problems that I had to deal with. So in relationships, ladies and gentlemen, you want this particular man, you want this particular type woman, you want to have all the things that you see on television, all these fairy tales and all these great things, but you have to know who you are first. You have to understand who you are in order to be with another person, to become that one person together. Because if you don't know who you are, God can't give you the best when you're still accepting less. God can't give you the best when you're still being less. It doesn't work that way. So what you have to do is to sit down and figure out who you are. You might need to pray and ask God to fix your situations. You might need to seek counseling. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are counselors that you can talk to on the phone. There are counselors that you can go in and see. And most insurances do accept this because it's necessary. It's a part of mental health. And there are different organizations that provide it to you free. If you've been broken, you don't know who you are. If you've been hurt, you don't know who you are. But even broken crayons can be put back together, and even a small crayon or a small pencil can still be used. Once you've sharpened it or pulled that paper back, that torn wrapper, it can still be used, and you can still be used. God can still use your hurt and your pain to fix your life and correct your life and give you this great life that you're seeking, to give you that great relationship that you deserve. So, I want you to think about this. I need to know who I am. I want you to write down everything that you've gone through. I want you to write down everything that you've seen. And I want you to really look at it after you've written everything. I mean, from as much as you can think of when you were little to now. Write it down. Look at it. And I want you to think about how it might have affected what you're thinking, what you're doing, and the people that you're around. Then I want you to make a list of what you want, what you feel you deserve, and what you need out of life. Compare to the two lists. Because if you've been around people who can't support you, or if you're accepting things from people that get this negative behavior, you can't get these good things that you want. It's hard to get to the good when you have so much bad in you, so much drama, so much issues. When you've allowed past relationships and friendships to hurt you. And then when you get through with all of that, you need to take those 2 pieces of paper, get on your knees, and pray. Ask God to give you the ability to get past what you've gone through. Ask God to give you the ability to seek the help that you need. To open your heart to love. To open your heart to trust again. And ask God to guide you in who you allow in your life. It's okay to love. I know you've been hurt. I've been hurt. I'm hurting now. Part of that was my fault. But trust me, when you know who you are, you're making the first step to loving again, to dating again. Don't date until you're ready. Well, I hope this helped you. And I'm trying to stop now because I'm going into a little tears. But trust me, I'm going to be transparent with you guys from the beginning to the end. You're going to know what's happening to me. You're going to see what's happening to me. You might even see some of my dates that I go on, or you, I don't know, because some of y'all so messy. You might try to start something. Then I got to get all gangster, start acting like Peter and Paul and going crazy. I don't want to act like that. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, some of y'all messy people, if you want to keep tuning in, yeah, I will be telling my business. I can't help it. I think God is going to make me do it. Love you guys. Mwah.